Max Verstappen will deservedly start on pole position for tomorrow's Brazilian Grand Prix. His performance in qualifying was excellent, barring a tiny error on his first Q3 lap. He dominated all three sessions to top the times and deservedly starts from P1. Once again, the Red Bull Honda package is working well at high altitude, and this should give Verstappen a wonderful opportunity to take victory tomorrow. Sebastian Vettel did a good job to join him on the front row, and he'll hope to get a great launch off the line to probably have any chance of winning the race. Hamilton in third, of course, as always, will be around and competing for the victory with Mercedes' great race pace. Leclerc was a disappointing four, which means he's 14 on the grid. He's got a lot of work to do tomorrow to challenge for a podium or even to get near Albon, probably. Bottas looked a bit off the pace through Saturday, and not surprisingly, he ended off fifth. Albon 600 behind him and sixth will be disappointed not to have beaten the Finn. But he was only 4/10 off Verstappen, which was closer than Gasly got at pretty much any circuit while he was Verstappen's teammate. But it has to be said, Gasly was absolutely outstanding in qualifying once again, the Toro Rosso. Since he went back to the Red Bull Junior team, he's been incredibly quick and shown his real talent. To be seventh was very impressive once again, and he's got another chance to score points tomorrow. If he keeps this form up, then he might have a chance of a Red Bull seat again in the future. The Ferrari customer teams had a good day, as Grosjean, Raikkonen and Magnussen all made Q3. The two Hasses, that was the first time both of them made Q3 since the Spanish Grand Prix in May, incredibly. And Raikkonen really needed a Q3 performance after recent qualifying struggles and being outpaced by Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi's spin in Q2 cost him a shot at potentially making Q3, but from 13 tomorrow on new tyres, he should have a good chance to score points and maybe beat his teammate and the Hasses. It was one of McLaren's worst Saturdays of the year, as Norris was only 11 and Carlos Sainz failed to complete a lap with a power issue. So expect him to come charging through the field tomorrow and maybe pick up some points. Renault's up and down qualifying form continued with Ricciardo 12th and Hülkenberg 14th. Sergio Perez again did a good job to make Q2 in the Racing Point in a car that probably didn't belong there. Danny Kvyat was probably the biggest underperformer in qualifying, as he only ended up 16th. He didn't improve on his second run, unlike most other drivers, and got bumped out. It was a disappointing performance from the Russian once again in qualifying, and he's really struggled on Saturdays recently, and he's going to have to pick that up next year if he's got any chance of staying in F1 beyond 2020. It was a fairly normal day for Lance Stroll as he got knocked out in Q1 once again. His qualifying performance against Sergio Perez this season has been very disappointing, especially when you look at Ocon's record against Perez in the previous couple of years. As has been the case all year, George Russell outqualified Robert Kubica by almost half a second on this occasion, and it's now 20-0 in the qualifying head-to-head battle. Russell is really doing all he can to impress Mercedes ahead of a potential 2021 drive. I've been very impressed with the British rookie this season. He's kept his head down and kept performing very well. It should be an intriguing race tomorrow, with the victory likely to be between Verstappen and Hamilton, just like Hungary. Who do you think will win? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, it's goodbye from me.